That's fine, no problem. Come chat then, come debate.
Okay.
That's fine, no problem. These guys do. You can come chat. If you're gonna calm down, you can come chat.
So what qualifies as forced celibacy?
Great. Yeah, forced celibacy. Forced celibacy.
Or what?
Yeah, if you want to come chat, let's chat. Give me your debates, your arguments. What are your arguments? I'm not for Trump. Nowhere is Trump on the sign.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not a
'cause
Christian.
All of that shit's related to Trump.
So would you say you're being like respectful to people with like different religions? Like as a Christian, just expressing my religion, you think this is like productive behavior?
Because
just shutting me down?
Right. None of that
Right.
should be here.
Oh, that's fine. You can disagree. We live in America. That's great. We can have a friendly chat. You don't have to yell and scream.
No, we're not going to be friendly because all of that is hateful rhetoric.
Oh, that's fine. You can agree with that. I mean, we were having a very friendly civil conversation. I have no problem chatting with you. Be calm.
Because abortion is murder. I have PCOS.
Yeah.
So if I were to get pregnant, I'd probably die.
So then don't get pregnant. Simple.
So what if I get raped?
Do you know the percentage of rape here? I'm going to talk to her. Oh, okay. That's it, guys. That's the fruit of it. Whatever secular atheism running away, but that's fine. Okay. Do you see the false allegation? That's crazy, eh? No, go ahead.
There's a lot of that.
That's fine. I'm from Canada. It's way worse.
What
Sorry,
qualifies as forced celibacy?
Yeah. Forced celibacy, I would say, this is a great question, okay? Just let her go.
I can't even hear.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm against rape. That's absolutely horrible. I think death penalty to the rapist. Anyways, yeah. So what I was saying, though, is celibacy would be, you got 4 years of celibacy. Yes, ma'am.
You piss me the fuck off.
Okay.
You don't belong here. This hateful bullshit doesn't belong here. And all of y'all that believe this shit, get your fucking heads on straight. I am so fucking tired. You are reason why we are falling apart as a fucking country.
Gotcha.
And I don't want to hear, oh, do you know the percentage of rapes that happen? Rape happens every fucking day.
Didn't say didn't.
Every fucking day.
Yeah, I'm against that.
I don't care because you're probably looking at me like, oh, who would rape a fat bitch like you?
Never said that.
Don't care.
Gotcha.
I don't care.
Gotcha.
Why should a man have a say over a woman's body, first of all?
Well, a man has a say over a man's body, too. Like, I wouldn't want you to hurt somebody.
I don't believe in God.
That's fine. You don't have to.
I don't believe in God.
Yeah, well, you can't murder somebody, right? So it's not just with abortion.
And I have no problem with Christians that actually act like Christians. That's not acting like
How have I not been acting like a Christian? You've been coming here yelling at me.
Because you're anti-abortion, for one.
Right.
It has nothing to do with you. Are you a woman?
No, I'm not.
Do you have a vagina?
But
do you have a... No.
But in 2025, I could identify as it. You wouldn't be able to tell me otherwise.
Oh, so you're anti-trans, too.
Says who?
You just told me that.
Anyways, I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna ignore
I
it.
should beat the fucking shit out of you.
You want to go to jail?
Oh, I'm not scared. I've got cops who are family here.
Oh, no problem.
Get violent.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we'd rather
I'm
not.
Sorry, but like,
Yeah, there's no need.
Hateful shit. I am so tired of this on my campus. I am so tired of it. Imagine being you're pro-abortion or anti-abortion too.
No, she never said that.
Okay, like I'm not anti-abortion in here.
It's just this country is falling apart, and people like you are part of the fucking problem because you're so goddamn brainwashed.
But it's also people like you who just pick a fight for no reason.
People like me?
Yeah.
You haven't actually let him speak.
No, because I'm not believing all this bullshit. Abortion is not fucking murder.
I don't believe it either, but you're making us all look
You're not even a fucking woman. You have no fucking say. Oh, do you know the percentage of rapes that actually happen? Do you know how many women actually get believed? How much things get done in terms of the justice system? No, you don't.
Yeah, it's horrible. I'm against rape. I think you should be death penalty or life in prison.
No, you're pro-rape and pro-fucking incest, apparently.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because, you know, abortion is murder. So I guess a 13-year-old girl who gets pregnant should have that baby, right?
Yeah, there's solutions for that.
Who gets raped by her dad or raped by her uncle should have a fucking baby.
The child should not have to pay for that since the father, no.
Okay, so we live in Trump's America. We live in Trump's America. You're so pro-life. Y'all aren't pro-life. You're pro-birth. You want more kids in the fucking country. You want more workers for your capitalist society. That's what you want.
No, not
Capitalism
necessarily.
is bullshit.
Okay, that's fine. You can agree with that.
And I better not be being fucking recorded. I didn't consent to that.
Doesn't matter. We're in a public area. You came to me. And I do this for my safety, too, because people like you who said they're going to get violent have gotten violent. So if you don't want to be on camera, you can walk away. We're having a respectful conversation.
I don't want that to get posted.
I have no problem speaking to you afterwards.
I don't want that to
Doesn't
get
matter.
posted.
You came to me. We're in a public area.
Okay, so should I break the camera then?
Give me a break. This is crazy. Hey man,
No,
can you keep
this
or
is
where's
fucking crazy.
did you not have a boyfriend? The guy?
My fiance is over there. I have 2 partners.
Can you? Okay. Anyways, I'm going to go back to my conversation. I hope you have a great day. It's very funny how she's trying to talk about what's loving while she just threatened this guy because of the fact that he's telling people to more than likely close their legs and stop having abortions. I'm really not surprised by the fact that someone who looks like her can't be pregnant or apparently has a risk of being pregnant when you are looking like Michelin Man's cousin. It's really this simple. If you close your legs, 99.9% of abortions will more than likely be avoided. But of course, because they're animals and they can't control their desire, they have to engage in these actions and then they complain when the consequences of their actions come to fruition. There are a lot of other things in your life you should be worrying about. I can guarantee you right now, abortion is not one of them.
Happy Pride Month! Let's talk about my pronouns. So I use sie, them, zir pronouns. These are a singular pronoun, so you conjugate it the same way you would with he or she. So, Z has green and purple hair. I like zir makeup. And I think that cool vest belongs to them. So that's how you use my pronouns. Let me know if you guys use neopronouns, because I think they're very cool, and I like hearing all the variations of them.
With the job we do, we always, you know, dating with people.
You'll sleep with, like you sleep with other people for work.
Yeah, exactly.
But outside of work, you don't sleep with other people.
No, we don't do outside, yeah.
I've had over 20 piercings.
But what it means, what we're saying, that girls with piercing cannot have a nice relationship or find love?
They're sluts.
When you had them?
Well, let's look. What's more valuable? You getting raw dogged every Friday by the whole football team, or her wanting kids and a family?
Why she has to take off all this stuff?
I'm not even telling her she has to.
She could find it. It's just going to be a lot.
It's hard to look from your lens
Yeah.
because you're like, once again, you're taking a bunch of dicks every day. But from her lens, it's a lot different.
Okay.
Because people perceive things in a different way.
Wow. Well, people's crazy, you know.
I agree.
And you are one of those also.
I don't take dicks in my ass.
And you can also be a crazy person without taking dicks in the ass, my friend.
Yeah,
like
but
being so fucking
the
rude
chances are much higher.
and judging people like you are who? Like who are you?
Aren't you judging me right now?
No, my friend, like, yeah, because why you speaking to the, like you believe all what you say is what it is, like, you crazy?
If you're getting offended by what I'm saying, it's probably because you're not proud of what you do.
Uh-huh.
You can judge me and criticize me all you want. It's not going to affect me. But you're getting offended. I don't know why.
Okay. Wow, you're so smart.
Shout out to Eleazar again, bringing the banger videos and telling the truth how it is. And what he said is true. I don't know why you'd get offended by someone stating what you do. It'll be the same thing as me being offended if someone says I make videos and then I get angry at the fact that someone stated that I make videos. The only reason she's getting offended by the fact that she takes a bunch of sausages is because she knows what she's doing is disgusting. Before we get back into the video, if you're able to, go and support my girl's Little Princess Trust Hair Foundation, where she's going to be donating 12 to 16 inches of hair to kids who are in need and who do not actually have the hair of their own due to the fact that they have gone through cancer process treatment. So if you're able to, click the link in the description down below and go and support with whatever you can. And let's get back into the video.
It's too fast! How could you even tell what's on? I can tell.
Being on time is white supremacy, because what are they always on time to do? Oppress. I'm always going to be 10 to 15 minutes late because that's the correct time, according to my people.
Yeah, there'll be something that these people will find every single day to claim that they're victims.
Do men deserve human rights?
No!
Ooh. Ara. Kylie Jenner lipstick on my pussy lips.
So you're saying you don't deserve human rights? Gotcha. It's very funny how social media can program a bunch of people to engage in the same actions and key in cars because of the fact that you don't like the person who's created the cars. As I've said before, in a couple of months' times, and it might even be quicker than a couple of months, these people will be on to the next thing and they'll completely forget the fact that they were keying Tesla cars.
Do you like living in America? Do you hate living in America?
I'm not a big fan of living in America. I think especially as a college student and like being a young adult and kind of entering the adult world, it's very hard to kind of see like how the world is unfolding and feeling very helpless.
Number one, you need to do something about that armpit. The second thing is these people love to complain about America, but they never move away from America and move to countries that they claim are better than America. Does it make sense?
No.
If protecting your identity at protests is important to you, here's a few things you can do. Wear a mask, wear a head covering, and put your hair up as much as possible. Boom, little bun. Get you some big old sunglasses. Anything you wear should be plain, mass-produced, or thrifted, and definitely not something that's like a staple of your closet, not something you wear often. It's hot out, or if you're showing a lot of skin, you might want to cover up any tattoos or identifiable markings. You can get a sleeve like this, like at the store, or you can cut up some old socks. Compression socks are ideal for making sleeves like this, but socks like this will do. If you're worried about it, you can leave your phone at home. I don't really think that's necessary, but stay safe out there, guys.
Ah, yes. Help the criminals engage in criminal behavior. Makes sense. Do people who engage in this type of behavior feel proud of themselves after they've done this? You stuck the middle finger at this person. Woohoo, bravo. I bet you feel proud of yourself.
Stop it. Get some help.
1 minute it's climate change, and then the next minute let's fight against the thing that apparently stops climate change. Make it make sense.
Come at us and act like people of color are the problem or that women are the problem? Like, baby, you probably need a good black woman in the room who can check you and tell you that, first of all, you shouldn't be doing this shit on Signal or anything else.
Well, what do we have here?
We don't talk about the history and the impact of long-term racism in this country against minorities.
That's all we've talked about the last 5 years. 1619 Project. We have entire black dedicated channels on Pluto and Hulu and Netflix. We have reoriented the entire national dialogue towards, we had the President of the United States, Joe Biden, take a knee for Black Lives Matter, to have racial reconciliation seminars, to have non-stop race obsession. So I think we talked about it thoroughly and properly.
So do you think that black people in this country have equal opportunity and are treated equally as white
Absolutely.
people?
So let me prove it to you, okay? So Gigi and Charlie. What can Charlie do that Gigi can't do? What am I allowed to do on the law that you are not allowed to do on the law?
On paper, nothing.
That's equal opportunity and equal treatment, right?
On paper, yes, that is true. Like, black people in this country specifically have never had the opportunities to bring themselves back up.
What's most helpful? Let's stop talking about it so much and talking about how we can apply ourselves to become better people and better citizens.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk is right. All we've been doing for the past decade or so is talking about racism and how black people are apparently victims. That is literally all we have been doing. And the fact that she came out to say we don't talk about it enough shows how brainwashed she is.
I ask women, I like to ask women, would you prefer to be a man? Because you guys get away with murder.
No,
you know, because
no.
you don't have all this. Then the women, not one woman said she would prefer to be a man.
But I don't think
it would be so much easier to be a man. Have you ever...
Joy, I think the pain of childbirth and periods, just brutal. And heads off to all women for that. Yet, one pain that men uniquely suffer, which is worse than all of that, is, to be honest with you, listening to you ladies around this table yap about politics.
When you consider, just once again, how many people are pushing against black people, how these narratives, how history, how generations have been manipulated. Because I would say it's still systemic, because even though it is not necessarily now like, oh, if you're black, you can't work this job, it was that in the past.
Yeah, it's the past.
So generational trauma is something that has been proven to exist.
Does generational success, does that count? If you can pass down trauma, can you not pass down like privilege? So why we focus on trauma? Huh?
But I don't think you can call it black privilege, because ultimately the benefits you gain from, say, being black is not equivalent to the, once again, hatred that you often face. And while a lot of black people might say, I never personally experienced a ton of racism, they still experience microaggressions, which are really impactful on their day-to-day life. and they also just
They're so impactful that they're called microaggressions.
I find it completely hilarious how white liberal women want to continuously tell black people how they're oppressed when black people themselves are saying they're not oppressed. It's a very funny thing to see how social media has brainwashed them beyond belief, where they think they're the arbiters of what's correct and what's wrong. It's also very funny how they're the same people to claim that they're privileged, but then they're also oppressed, which is them trying to play both sides, which is also hilarious.
Trying to make small talk at the moment. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since we last talked. How are you doing lately? Well, every day I see videos and first-hand accounts of people literally dying in Palestine and all over the world funded by my tax dollars. Our very own president denying my existence and openly praising segregation, trans violence, disability erasure, and putting people in cages. People telling me I just need to get over it when people are dying and getting long COVID every day and I'm still permanently disabled by it. And how I'm supposed to just forget all of that and keep working, focus on what I can do, and continue to contribute to a capitalist government that is openly promoting fascism and the demise of everything I love in the meantime. But yeah, I guess other than that, I'm totally fine. Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that you made a video like this just by looking at you, the background, and everything to do with this video.
I recently saw a video of a black woman telling a group of white women that she will never trust them and will always be suspicious without even getting to know them just because they're white. And I think that makes perfect sense. And let me be clear, it is not my place to approve or disapprove what a black woman does. This message is mainly for other white people. I want to explain why I am totally okay with that and why you should also be okay with it. As a white person, I have a weapon system that was built right into my skin from the day I was born that I can use against black or brown people whenever I want. And even though I have no intention of doing that, I could. And that's what matters. Let me explain it this way. Imagine that there are two people sitting across from each other at a table, but one of them has a weapon aimed at the other. And this person keeps reassuring the other person saying, trust me, I'm not going to pull the trigger. I know every single other person that's looked like me has pulled the trigger, but I won't. I think anyone choosing to get up and walk away from that table and not take the chance is completely reasonable. Like, imagine telling that person like, oh, but did you get to know them first? Nobody owes us anything. It doesn't matter how nice you are. It doesn't matter how much you try. It doesn't matter how much you learn. Consent doesn't just apply to the physical body. It applies to the mental body, the social body, the emotional body. You can do everything right, and people still get to say no.
Here we go again with the liberal white woman doing what she does, the moral police who just can't speak against black people because it's not even racism according to them, it's reverse racism. But yeah, the liberal white woman who's privileged and also oppressed at the same time trying to tell black people how they're oppressed.
What's that?
We are not parking next to that thing.
So what?
I don't want to be anywhere near that thing. I don't want to get out near that thing. Oh my gosh, it's right there. That means they're in there. Whoever it is, they're gonna be in there. Oh my God. Oh, is it this woman? No. Oh, this is disgusting. Look at,
Yeah, we're completely doomed.
No, I'm speaking. 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 No, I'm speaking.
Want to say it one more time?
No, I'm speaking.
Got it.
Thank you. So it's not, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the
I know you
person.
don't care about them.
No, I'm talking about the person who is dealing with the pregnancy. I am not talking about the cells. I don't care. No,
cells.
listen. The fetus, the whatever. I don't care about that right now until it is formed. If there is a 5-year-old child who is pregnant and the baby is 2 weeks in utero,
can't get pregnant.
actually they have, and they have given birth. There is
5-year-olds have given pregnant.
There is one recorded case of a 5-year-old girl who gave birth.
Is that common?
Yes, it's common. 5-year-olds get sometimes, and if they get pregnant, I think they should be able to have medical access to something that could save not only just their life, but like their livelihood.
How many, I'm curious.
I hope your daughter lives a very happy life and gets away from you.
Okay, so that is really nasty.
These are the types of people we're trying to reason with. These types of people can't be reasoned with. She thought what she did was normal behavior.
I am non-binary.
We do not care.
I truly think that trans women are the best of us. The best of us. And not only do I not think that they take anything away from my experience as a cis woman, I think that they are actually one of the purest forms of womanhood and highlight some of the most beautiful parts of womanhood. Because what do you mean that in our patriarchal society, you are going to throw away all of the privilege that you have as someone that was born a man and choose girlhood, even when it means you have a life expectancy of 40 and you instantly become the most at-risk woman in your society? Like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. How does any woman see someone fighting that hard to be one of us and your gut reaction is to call them a man? No, babe, they're more woman than you will ever be.
Talk about being a Trojan horse. Liberal white women are the destruction of their own kind. It's absolutely hilarious for you to say that trans women are more women than you are. I don't even know how you come to that conclusion, but feminism has completely corroded the minds of people.
Story time on how politics ruined my last relationship. So let me set the scene for you. I was dating this guy. We've been dating for 5 months. And in those 5 months, I was told by my friends, Zoe, he lives in Indiana. He's a fucking Republican. I was like, politics don't matter to me. What was I wrong? And so I was like, it's fine. I don't care. I'm going to get to know him first. We'll decide later. So then we kind of start talking about it. I'm a very liberal woman. So I am obviously like very much, everyone knows that I'm a liberal woman. My brother's gay, all my friends are gay, also like abortion rights, female rights, but anyways, so I would like always ask him, I'd be like, what's your politics? Like, where do you lean? And he was just like, well, like socially, I'm a liberal, but economically, I'm a Republican. Fuck that. Okay. Also, he was a 28-year-old man. That's the first red flag, because if there's a 28-year-old man and he's single, there's a fucking reason that he's single. But anyways, so then I'm like, well, like what makes you, economically Republican? Because like I could give you a whole bunch of fucking facts right now that prove that you shouldn't be. And he was like, all of his info is from his friends. And I was like, you get all your information from your fucking redneck friends. Obviously you can't trust them. You need to do the research yourself. And if you do the research, I told him, I was like, I'll support you based on your decision if you actually research it yourself. Like, I won't care if you're a Republican. But anyways, and so he was like, Zoe, I have much better things to do than research politics. Like, I have way more important things to do. Okay, saying that to me is absolutely fucking insane, but go off, king. I also just didn't care at that point. And so I kind of put it on the back burner. I was like, I can't fucking take this right now. Well, then we get into a little spat a couple days before election day, and we almost broke up. And so I was like, nah, it's fine. I'll give him one more chance, blah, 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 blah. Well, then election day rolls around, and well, actually, before this, he was not registered to vote. He had never voted before. And he told me that he wanted to vote in this election. And I was like, okay, cool, do the research, but that's a whole other thing. And so the voter registration deadline was approaching. I could tell he was going to vote against me. Let's just say it like that. And so I was like, he is not going to make an educated decision on who he votes for. So guess what? I'm not going to remind him of this voter registration deadline. So then it passed. He didn't register to vote, so there we go. It was saved. He wasn't going to vote. I wouldn't have to deal with it then. But then we got into that little spat, and I was like, let me try one more time. Let me see if he's learned anything from me. And I asked him, point blank on election day, I'm like, so who would you have voted for if you would have voted in this election? He was like, I would have voted independent. And I was like, do you know that how harmful and basically wasteful that is? And also, like, check your privilege by saying you're going to vote independently. And he was like, wow, Zoe, I cannot believe that you think my vote would have been a waste. Shut the fuck up, because it is a waste. Look at fucking Philadelphia. All those independent voters could have put us over the edge and could have helped Kamala win. That's another story. And so I was like trying to tell him, I was like, listen, that's harmful. You have to make a decision, because the way that our voting works, like the two-party system, is a fucking joke. You have to pick a side. The independent party never has a chance. So you have to pick a side. And we got into a huge argument about it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. This is my last straw. Again, I'm a very liberal woman. I have to date someone that is on the same page as me, because I can't disagree with someone on something that is so important to me for the rest of my life. I fully respect Republicans. I understand that you want to vote that way, but for me, I don't want to marry you and I don't want to date you. So we ended it. And No regrets. I've been single ever since. It was awesome. It's been awesome.
Yeah, this is the exact type of woman you need to run away from. They expect the world while offering nothing to you. The fact that you even decided to make a video about this just shows how stupid you are. But hey, stupid people doing stupid things.